you struggle in the first few weeks and months? Because it was very abrupt. It wasn't expected to. You resigned after the Brexit referendum, and then there was going to be a 2 or 3 month leadership contest. That didn't happen. And it was a bit like Margaret Thatcher. And she, we all know, had huge problems when she left office. Did you struggle mentally at all?
I don't think it was difficult sort of getting used to it, but I don't think I struggled too much. I had the, I suppose, advantage. I mean, you're certainly right that I thought I'd probably be in Downing Street for a few months and able to explain why it was necessary to have a new Prime Minister, why I thought I should be leaving, and there'd be a sort of period of transition and it would look more orderly. And suddenly, because of the collapse of the leadership election, I was out straight away, rightly, because we had a new Prime Minister. But I think that gave people an impression that I was sort of rushing out the door, which was the last thing I wanted to do. I think I had the advantage that because I've got young children who are at a very important time of their lives at school, I've got a wife who's launched this amazing fashion business, and I had some things I knew I wanted to do, including writing a book, that kept me busy enough. But certainly I've cooking skills have improved and a few sporting skills have improved since I've left and had time on my hands.
Do you want to have another big job, or do you just think, well, there's nothing else that could compete with being Prime Minister?
I want to go on having an impact on the issues that I care about, and if there's a way of furthering them, then obviously I mean, one of the things we did in government was we set up the world's first social investment bank, Big Society Capital, and we really invented, with people like Ronnie Cohen, the idea of social impact bonds and getting the private sector to invest in solving social problems. This has now gone global, and so I'm getting more involved in that. So I'm never short of, people are always saying, you were interested in this as Prime Minister, we're doing this, would you come and lend a hand? So I'm never short of things to do, but I quite rather like when you're Prime Minister, one of the pleasures of the job is trying to do trying to make progress on a lot of fronts. I quite like still doing that rather than devoting myself to one particular issue. But Alzheimer's is the thing I probably spend the most time on.
When I said I was doing this interview with you on Twitter, a lot of people said, what are you interviewing him for? He ran away. And you've kind of just alluded to that.
Yes, that does.
I was quite surprised at the vehemence of people's views on this.
Well, I think that the point, because the leadership election collapsed, I can see why people thought that it looked like that, but that was not my intention. I genuinely believed that because I'd thrown myself into one side of the referendum so vigorously and then lost, that the country needed a new Prime Minister, and I thought that would be taken as the sensible and right and the right approach. And so there was I hated resigning. I didn't want to leave the job I loved, and